on that note, since this is actually very relative to what we just talked about in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Solana has been having congestion issues like for the last like week and a half, almost 2 weeks.
Bro, that's crazy. I saw this picture of this guy who had punched his monitor screen.
I don't know if that's real. I saw the same picture.
You saw it?
Yeah.
he's blood. His fingers bloody. He's like, someone told me to convert all my money to Solana, and now this thing's not moving.
Yeah, which is not true. I had issues destaking, but
yeah, congestion is pretty bad on Solana right now.
Right now, so it's a multi-layered factor. It's much more complex than what everyone's making it seems like. Like I'm not smart enough to understand it sometimes.
Okay, but there's a lot going on.
It's big.
I mean, besides the fact that Solana already is known for having service providing issues,
so it's not the servers.
It's not the servers.
No.
It's a lot of information going in.
So it's not a lot of information.
Then what is
it? It's spam information going in.
Okay.
So it's not like it's not regular people doing transactions. It's part of it.
Okay.
Are bot attacks on the network.
Denial of service attacks.
Huh?
Denial of service.
Yes.
That's what the DOS.
Yes, it is. This one was DDoS.
That's distributed denial of service.
It was that one.
Okay, yeah. So it's like multiple different people.
Yeah.
Are just spamming.
Yeah, there's multiple spam attacks, and there's this token on top of that. There was a token that was just released. That's a mining token, right? The only way you mine it is by spamming the network.
Shut up.
Yeah. The only way you can mine the token is by spam. It's called ORO or ORD. Something like that. Look, I would look it up on my computer, but
that is
said basically
crazy.
And it's attributing to the transaction spam.
That is crazy.
But the thing is, it's not so much that. So it's not even that the transactions are failing on a blockchain level. It's like I was on Phantom trying to unstake, and my transaction wouldn't get processed to go to on the blockchain.
Okay.
So when I would click unstake and it would say your soul is being unstaked, like the thinking bar, the loading bar, I would click soul scan to see where it was at, like what block or whatever. Soul scan wouldn't load. It was already not loading before that. Like it wasn't getting on chain.
So it wasn't even making it to the.
It wasn't even making it on chain. Like it just didn't let it go.
What did you say the thing was called?
ORD, ORO.
OR. Okay. OR.
It just launched like maybe a week ago.
Or miners.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Here's or miners chase lucrative rewards. Okay, this is the recent launch of OR, a new cryptocurrency token on the Solana blockchain, has ignited a mining frenzy that is contributing to network congestion.
Boom.
Users are reporting difficulty getting transactions through, and many point to the lucrative rewards associated with the OR mining as a significant cause of slowdowns.
Yeah. So that's like adding to it.
So OR is was trading at over $8 million market cap on April 5th.
Where's that now?
Well, I don't know. There's just a tweet that they posted.
Well, what's the thing for it?
ORE.
ORE.
OR mining stands apart from traditional cryptocurrency mining methods. Rather than miners competing to solve the same complex puzzle as with Bitcoin, OR assigns unique puzzles to each miner. Every miner who provides valid solutions to their puzzle within a set time period receives a portion of the OR reward. So then they're just constantly submitting. Oh, I see what the issue is with that.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah, they're constantly submitting onto the chain their answer for
yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
And since there's so much, I watched a video talking about that, and it said like it's 30% of current transactions. Like
wow,
30% of like the congestion is just that.
It's just coming from OR. That's crazy.
So that's not helping it out.
They just need to stop OR.
Right? So that's part of it. And also, currently Solana is the most used blockchain.
Yeah, 100%.
So one of the arguments people are also saying is there's no blockchain currently out that if you give them the same amount of current users, wallets, everything, could support and wouldn't be congested. Or unless like it's ETH and it has super high gas fees.
Yeah,
and it could manage it like that.
Yeah, so that's the thing with the crypto trilemma. Solana is just very centralized, so then therefore it can afford to do this with a lot less gas fees, versus Ethereum, which is supposedly more decentralized but much more expensive.
So they're currently going to roll out in the coming, I think it was next week or the coming weeks, a new patch for it. I forgot what the patch number was. It was like 1.118, something like that. Before the end of year final launch of like the last software like upgrade to it, which was Fire Dancer, which is essentially an RPC node, if I'm not mistaken, to help just with everything to avoid these issues, like to avoid further issues.
I heard of Fire Dancer. That's something that already came out?
It's coming out.
It's coming out.
They said middle year, later this year, but this year.
Yeah, that should be good for the network then. Hope it.
And they're rolling out the fix now for the spam attack.
Okay.
To hopefully get, because it's still usable, but it's not helping. Like
just block OR, man. Just block OR. It's not gonna help the network in any way.
But you can't block OR. You have to find a way to have it work and the blockchain still be usable. That's the issue. That's what you have to do. You can't, because then it goes away from what blockchain is. Build whatever you want on top of another thing.
If it's worth it.
But like meme coins, they're not worth it, but they're taking hella space. It's like what happened with Ordi, not Ordi, Ordinals on Bitcoin. Everyone hated it because it's taking up space. It's part of the chain, bro. It is what it is.
Look at the price of Bitcoin now.
Look at the price, yeah.
It's like saying, look at the price of Bitcoin after Ordinals came out, man.
It's like, that's arguable.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's supporting the chain, but does the chain need it? Is it worthwhile?
Who are you to decide if it's the market?
Well, in this particular case, it's hurting It's hurting the chain.
I don't know if it's hurting it. I don't want to say it's hurting it because there's no chain doing what Solana's doing either way.
Okay, you're saying it's just a little speed bump that it's got to deal with.
Currently,
better. Solana needs to get better. It's not. I'm not saying that it's doing bad. It's just they need to get better.
What I'm saying is the reason also I think it's a privileged position is because there is no chain, not combined, that's doing the transaction amount that Solana is.
True. And privilege in the sense of Solana.
Like we haven't had real issues with Sol until as of late. Like we had the 4-hour blackout a month back now, maybe 2 months.
Back in February.
Yeah, and now we had this congestion issue that it is annoying. It's not like it's not annoying, but they're also saying you can fix it just by paying a little bit of higher fees.
Praying priority,
making your priority, and stuff like that, and like helping with slippage to just be able to get the transaction approved faster to get away from the spam. Again, it defeats the purpose because you have to pay a little more. But it's like, I do believe that at this point in time, there is no chain that would be able to handle it in any good way.
Yeah, smart contract enabled, definitely no other one.
Even proof of work enabled, you'll have a different issue.
Well, I say smart contract enabled because Ethereum's not proof of work anymore, but it had smart contracts. Ethereum's just a whole nother issue. Yeah,
but I'm saying like if you had this pressure on Bitcoin, you'll still be waiting 5 days for your transaction to get approved.
Well, yeah, Bitcoin's main chain is completely like the core Bitcoin chain is super slow.
So that's kind of the whole thing of 7
transactions per second.
We don't know what's gonna happen next until we get to that problem.
Yeah,
type of an ordeal.
True.
Until we didn't know this was gonna happen to Sol until it got here. Now you gotta fix it. I think that would be with any chain. Like any chain, as it develops, you'll be like, oh, this we thought it could do better. Something's not adding up. Yeah. And then there's like other technical things that they're using. That's just like they're using Quick, this thing from Google. To I don't know what it does. I'm not technical enough.
Quick?
Yeah.
I think okay. Continue.
I just don't know enough about it to like really elaborate on it.
Okay.
And it's like
just a quick little snippet of what you could tell me about it.
I don't know enough.
Nothing. Okay. Quick is according to this, Quick is a general purpose transport layer network protocol initially designed by Jim Raskin at Google. Implemented in 2012, introduced in 2013.
Okay, I can read it.
All connections for Chrome web browsers.
So it says Quick Buggy ET for patch April 15th. So this is what this Twitter thread reads. However, that doesn't mean Solana has a design flaw. It means it shows a buggy implementation for this part of its design, i.e., when it needs to change one of its tires, not change the vehicle type altogether. For technical folks, it's the Quinn implementation of Quick. That's the issue, not even Quick itself necessarily. Attaches an image of Richard, one of the core Fire Dancers engineers, saying, for example, Fire Dancers implementation does not suffer from the same issue. Note, it's not the only issue on Solana. There's also economic factors. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I see. It is actually very technical. I'm reading Quick's Wikipedia page, and this does get into a lot of networking stuff. I can see where the issue comes.
So this just says.
I would have to look at this significantly more time
just to read what this says, because it's very technical, and I myself can't fully elaborate on it. It says, yes, Quick is complex, but Solana's current issues stem from improper packet prioritization and other implementations deficiencies, and have nothing to do with that. The FB Quick library we built does not suffer from such performance problems, but it still takes Quick. So it's just like probably what one of the things that read transactions or reads in developer stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely developer
It's not
stuff.
working 100% to its full capacity.
Yeah, okay, I see.
That's why it was showing like 74% of transactions failing, but like they weren't even failing. They didn't have a chance to fail.
Mm-hmm.
It just, that's the only thing it could read on your end. Was transaction failed.
Yeah.
Because the transactions on chain were still going through.
We're going through. It was just more so that they weren't making it to the chain. Also,
adding caveat to this, because I know it's kind of technical, out of my realm, a little bit out of yours currently.
But yeah, it was something technology that I'm not familiar with.
Not prepared for. Is also that we're also working with things like Solana, meme coins, all these other things. Mm-hmm. There's also just low liquidity, low amount of money movement in the more degen you go. So that doesn't help the transactions to approve them.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. People are less likely to spend a little bit more money to get the transaction.
Like, I was able to convert my some meme token to WIF. It took me like 2-3 tries. Mm-hmm. And I think part of it is not just because I'm like, you have to find a seller. You're sending this to the pool. Mm-hmm. Someone has to be willing to take that to convert to this.
Yeah, so the transaction could be pending.
It could also, I think that's also part of it.
Yeah, so I think you could like issue a sell order, but then like you obviously will not receive it until someone sells it to you.
And I think like Jupiter was working pretty well. Like there are some dexes that were still working fairly well.
Okay.
So with some issues, but better.
Yeah.
And I was able to stake today, no issue. Like I clicked it, went in, and it allowed me to stake, no problem. So
it's like you said. It's just these are headaches that come as you start developing the chain. And like you don't understand it until new products come out and more things happen. I kind of look at like each blockchain as like its own like company of sorts. It's like they just operate a certain way, and each one kind of like provides its own services. And like any company, whenever they're working, just doing their thing, they're gonna have their headaches. They're gonna like certain things are gonna pop up where, now we gotta deal with this. Gotta address the situation and just like either work around it or get over it.
100%.
If it doesn't absolutely end you. And Solana has been more than resilient in the past.
Yeah.
They literally, back in February, went down for 4 hours and their price barely budged. So Solana's very resilient blockchain. That's for sure.
I'm not saying there can't be better solutions. The only thing I'm saying is we'll also have to wait and see when another chain gets the same amount of transactions.
Yeah.
In a day, and see how they hold.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of the other chains don't get those transaction volumes because their fees are just so much higher.
Or they're newer chains.
Mm-hmm. True, yeah. Not as much liquidity in those chains.
Because you have other chains that do like Base does quick transaction. Like you have Arbitrum, Sui. You have other things built on ETH as a layer 2 that work faster, but just it's a layer 2. You have to bridge it. It becomes a thing.